Well, welcome to the Complete Nonsense Podcast. I want to pre-apologize for anything that we may say that may piss you off or offend you. If it does, please call in and let's talk about it. We want to hear your opinion. Our disclaimer is very simple. If you are super serious or looking for something educational, forget about it. Because it won't happen here, let's begin. Prepare to be mind blown. Not dick blown, mind blown.
Blown.
Yeah, he's going to
and the cliffhanger we've all been waiting for. We're motherfucking back with another episode of Complete Nonsense.
I love it. What? Yeah, it really excites me. Even though
It does excite me too.
it really does. Even though I have the same towel out, I have the same outfit on. This is sad. I should change. Every once in a while, I should change.
Did notice.
Yeah, did you? Well, you're on the same fucking outfit all the time. And it's a good thing he didn't show those nuts that time because your nuts are hanging out.
Yeah, they are.
Good, yeah.
That's
Because that chair is so
big.
little for your ass.
it's so small.
Like your nuts, you aren't even on the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's hanging
cliffhanger.
over.
Cliffhanger time.
Cliff.
Does everybody know? Welcome to episode 30. I want to say 37.
50.
No, 36.
6, 7.
Yeah, he said 35 last
25.
week.
Yeah, that was 35 the last 36. This was
36.
36.
We really got to, I keep
I
saying,
think it's more.
Sherpa said don't talk about it, but we have to talk about like
At least the episode number.
we know we need the episode number. But
At least that's fine.
We do.
5 seconds.
Okay, so
Dude,
we
if I have another production meeting,
hey, you don't come to production meetings again.
I
Lenny
don't.
doesn't show up.
I don't have to go there.
We should really not guess. We should know.
It's 37.
That was 5 seconds. That was 5.
Yeah.
See, you don't even know. You're like it's
36.
30. Yeah. Okay.
36.
Sounds like 37.
So does everybody know what we were talking about last time? Does everybody want to know what the cliffhanger was?
What was the cliffhanger? I know what it was.
We were talking about ghosts.
Oh, this is not my cup of tea.
Ghosts.
Yeah, I don't like it.
So CC and AC have an entity that lives with them, and we've known this for a long time.
And she's
Have
our
we?
guest.
Have we?
And she,
Yeah.
I'm going to refresh everybody's memory. So I have seen her about 5 times.
The first time you seen her was approximately
Probably
about
2 years ago.
2 years.
no, maybe even longer.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
When it
Let's
got
start
mentioned.
there.
Yeah. Oh, I will. And Cece saw her about that time too. So I'm sitting in a chair, singing. I'm going to jump right in, guys. And this is a true story. I mean, I'm not afraid of it. I'm not freaked out by it.
I am very scared.
Yeah, T's not good with this
I
stuff.
don't like this stuff.
He's not good with this stuff.
No.
I'm okay with this stuff. I really am. So I'm sitting in a chair about 2 years ago, maybe 3, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yep.
And it's early. I don't do drugs, right, anymore. I don't get, I don't drink on a daily basis, right? I'm just sitting there watching TV. Okay. It's not spooky or creepy or anything is going on. And all of a sudden, the way my couch is, I'm staring at a front door that leads into a kitchen. And I see a child about 6 or 7 run by in a little white nightgown. Okay. Shoulder length, brown hair. Never looks at me. Runs by. And
What time is it at night?
this was about probably around 10 or 11. It wasn't very late.
No,
I
the
thought
first
it-
one was late.
No, because I thought it was Bam. Remember,
Yeah,
I thought it was
because you
Bam.
thought it was Bam.
I thought it was Bam.
You thought
so it wasn't that
she
late.
got up.
Yeah.
I mean, what you
Right.
told me. You
Right.
told me that you were
I thought
were
it-
watching like games.
Yeah, I was
As
watching
usual. It was late.
baseball.
You got it
But it wasn't
recorded.
super late.
It wasn't super
Because
late.
I thought it was Bam.
Right.
So I thought it was my daughter. And I was like, oh, shit. Because I got up, sound asleep. Went in a room. I mean, I literally went into her room, sound asleep, dude. Right? And I told CC about it after the fact. CC is outside.
This is actually the following next couple
Day,
days.
2 days.
Maybe.
She's outside.
They're gone. You're gone.
Me and Bam are on a golf cart ride.
Right.
This is during the day when
Right.
CC sees her. She runs by. Now CC's outside, so she sees her run the way it's set up. Where I saw her, she ran from the front door towards the kitchen. Where CC saw her was from the kitchen to Bam's room. Okay? So again, same little nightgown, little 6-year-old girl, brown hair, shoulder length,
In the middle of the day.
middle of the day. Middle of the day.
She thought it was actually
Bam.
Bam.
Coming
Yeah,
home.
but they weren't
We were-
even near there.
We were on a golf
Right,
cart
right.
ride. So it freaks her out.
She has stated that she had brown
hair.
Right.
Shoulder length.
Which Bam does not.
She does not.
Right.
But it was so quick for her. Because
Right.
Bam has dirty blonde. Bam's a dirty blonde.
Right. But she had thought it was
She
yeah,
thought it was
she's like-
Bam because this child was running.
Right.
Remember, the child is
Right.
very quick. When you see this entity, it
I don't want to
comes
see that.
very fast. Like, except the other day. Like, except the other day.
That was the entity. It does not like podcasts.
Yeah.
So, except the other day, right?
Yeah.
The other day, let's fast forward this. No, so I see her one other time. All right, in that time frame, things were happening. There was movements. There was things moving around. There was things falling. There was all kinds of little things going on, right? So, accurate.
No, you're not back. But I'll tell you this much: I just
Yes.
went into this is the first time I've heard the start of this story, and we've taken a quick break. But I just went in to get AC a towel because he made a big dog rookie mistake and spilled his beer,
He did.
and I had to go get a towel from the guest room, and I was scared.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of hesitated for you to go.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be scared leaving this house, dude.
This gets way better, bro. I mean,
See, I don't like this stuff at all, and I'm not a big fan. They used to go down and we go on like a trip together, and they want to stop at like Casadega and
Yeah,
Go
no,
Gus
I'm
hunting.
with you, buddy.
I'm
I don't
like,
fuck
and I
with it.
literally
I don't
would
poke it.
stay. I don't poke the bear.
No,
Yeah, I don't
dude,
do that.
No.
But I will tell you, I do believe when I see this shit, I don't like it. And I'm going to kind of go into what I saw recently because it kind of coexists to what he was saying.
In your own house.
Yeah, but I'll get to that in a minute when he kind of catches you up. But so fast forward, getting back to your story, you were
we're back.
you
I'll edit all that out.
Yeah.
Would you though? I think it was a good intro back.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get you to something.
Oh, you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think it was
good where you was. I'll just
Yeah.
cut between there. Okay.
But the last one you left off is she saw it, and then it went for a while you didn't see.
Right. Just little things were happening here and
Right,
there.
right. But little
Yeah.
things were happening, but you didn't see from it was.
I didn't see
a
her.
good year.
At least a year.
Year.
Yeah. A solid year.
We talked about it.
I did.
We all talked about it.
So this is how it happened recently. So
Right.
now let's fast forward to the last 2 weeks. Okay. It's been a year since I physically have seen her. But in that time I see other things, which now we're doing research on, and Cece's coming up with some really great explanations of why we're seeing them. I always feel like I see bugs, always, like and mice and rats and shit around me, always. Like, and that happens. I don't tell you this because you freak out. Always.
What?
Yeah. So like I'm sitting on the
Really?
couch and I'll think that there's a roach falling down on it, right? And I'll be like, oh man, and I look over and it's nothing there. Or I'll look over and I'll think I see something scurrying across the floor. Happens all the time. And I'm just not freaked out by it because now I realize, there's nothing there. So I just believe that it's my entity that's fucking with my mind. She's not trying to scare me, but she's just letting her presence be known. Right. And as T just said, we go to Casadega. My CC and I, we actually went when we saw, like, we didn't even see a show. I'm not going to lie. We just decided to do it. So in Chicago, we went around to like the most haunted places in the state of Illinois. We took an entire weekend and we went to like an abandoned hospital, like a legit abandoned hospital, climbed the fence, came in, lights flickering and shit. We went in. We went into this building that supposedly there was a ghost in the elevator. We rode it for like an hour trying to see this shit. Right? So we're really not scared of it.
That's not my cup of tea. at all.
So and we'll bring CC in for that because we had a book. We
Yeah.
did a whole weekend of it. It was really cool. When we went to Casadega, there was a hallway that you could hear a bicycle going down in this haunted hotel. Very small, like bed and breakfast. So I didn't even call it a hotel because it really wasn't. It was 2 floors, and they were like, you walk down this hallway and everybody's door was like the old basic door that you'd go into somebody's bathroom with, and it was a really popular restaurant at the end of it, like a little jazz bar, and then this hotel that was connected to it. And again, it was two stories. And me, his wife, and my wife went down. We shut the hallway light off. We had the ability to shut it off, so we were down there. We were walking quietly, and somebody had told us what to say, and we were saying it, and we just wanted to hear it. And we know that we heard this. It sounded like a tricycle driving. And and then we leave that and we're like excited and shit, right? And then remember we went down to that dead end.
I was outside.
You were in the car, but don't you remember?
Smart.
So don't you remember?
Do you want to go? Not really.
No.
Yeah. Don't you remember?
The car is my safe space.
Yeah, he was in the car.
The whole
Don't you
time,
remember?
by myself?
Yeah. Don't you remember that we drove down to that dead end? We got out and walked down. Like we went down the darkest. Now, I mean, I'm a ghetto guy, but we went down the darkest alleyway I have ever seen, and it was an in Chicago we consider an alley, but it was like a dead end street that was supposedly led to this pond where all of these people die, like commit suicide, and around it, and in Casadega. Very interesting. We went down, we were right on it, we were trying, we didn't say anything. So let's get back to my entity. So I've been seeing for years, since I've been in this house, I've been seeing like roaches fall off the walls, like something scurry across, and there's never anything there. So the other night, we had sorry, I'm losing my timeline. We had a medium come in, okay, where everybody heard the story of the tarot card reader that I had? Tarot card reader. Remember that episode, a couple episodes back, which she was like trying to say she wasn't crazy about CC. It was all bullshit.
Yeah, you didn't seem too pumped on that one.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
So a friend of ours heard this show. We never knew this. She's like, I'm going to tell you something, AC. I'm a medium. Okay? And if you want me to come for you and your family, I don't know anything about, she didn't even know. She didn't hear the podcast episode. She heard that she was in the room with us and heard that I had a woman come in and did cards. So she never listened to the episode. She didn't know anything about my daughter, Kaylee. She knew nothing about her. So she says, I'm a medium. If you want me to come in and we'll do it, let's do it. I said, okay, great, let's do it. So about a week ago, and we're going to shout out to her. She's going to be on the show May 9th. It's going to be a great show, everybody. You got to tune in for this one. We're going to have a whole group of people in this room. I don't even know if we're probably going to do it in the living room out there.
I might be absent for that.
You're not going to be absent.
I'll give up my mic too.
Yeah.
I'll
No.
Play.
Yeah,
Watch
you can
the
press
babies.
play. Yeah, no, you got to be here. You can watch, but we're going to do it in that room out there.
I don't like
okay?
poking the bear.
We're gonna get to the bottom of what's going on in this house. So this is what happened. So she comes in. She says the most amazing stuff, and I'm gonna fly through this because I don't want to give it all up. Right? She tells us that Kaylee's in the room. She knew things that she should not have known about Kaylee. She knew that Kaylee and her brother shared a car. Who knows? Who would know that? That Kaylee was always a mess with cars. Okay, her car was always broken, and her brother was. Anytime something went awry, they drove away together. She knew all that. She knew what color Kaylee's hair was, and again, she didn't even know her name. She didn't even know I was her father. Okay, she knew that Kaylee and her sister were close, but at arm's length because Nicole would go through a lot of chaos. Okay, and she's great now. She's doing fantastic. She's a 911 operator. But during that time, so she said, I see Nicole in circling because there's chaos around her, and her sister's trying to get to her, but she can't because there's chaos. She doesn't know that. She specifically said to CC that she had to make. Kaylee wanted to make it known to CC that what that tarot. Now she had no idea about the reading, but she knew I did a reading. That tarot card reader who was acting like Kaylee wasn't crazy about CC. Okay, that woman told her, "You need to understand. I'm not sure what she's trying to say to me, but she loved you and thank you for being a part of this family. She never thought ill of you. That's huge." Mm-hmm. What do you think happened? Right. Kaylee, CC starts bawling.
Right.
Staxx starts bawling.
Yeah.
Okay. She knew me. She knew my guilt. She said to me, this child is telling us, okay, this woman, child, she was calling her child, she's saying to me, AC, you need to let the guilt go. You need to let the guilt go. You were a great father. Because I was feeling, did I do enough as a stepfather? Did I do enough? Right? And how would she know that? She wouldn't know that. Okay? We were all, our minds were blown. Like blown. All of us. I cried. Cece cried. Staxx cried. Crazy. Right? Staxx is in the room. So she turns to Staxx and says, there's a woman. Now, she had already given us a good solid 35, 40 minutes. And you could tell, I'm sure that this taxes these people. Okay?
Right.
It's gotta. Like, could you imagine I believe it. So let's just say, that whoever's trying to come through, right? If they gotta be in her ear. So she's feeling all this energy from these people who want to talk to us that are living. Okay? They're trying to get through with bits and pieces. Right? So she turns to Staxx. Now, this is going to blow your mind, dude. And this is the legitimacy of what we dealt with. So I can't wait, May 9th. She says, there's a woman surrounding you. Now, she has no idea if her parents are alive or passed. She has no clue. She has knows nothing about Staxx.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, there's a woman next to you, and she looks like you. And,
and she does.
She looks like you. And she's like, yeah, you talk to her all the time, don't you? And she's like, and Staxx like, and she's like, no. You talk to this woman all the time. Like, you are in your room, you are in your home, but mainly your room. And you are talking out loud and in your head to her. And she said, she's listening. Staxx falls apart.
Yeah.
Because Staxx talks to her mother every day out loud. And she had no idea. Again, she didn't even know Staxx's mom was alive or dead. Okay. Then she started. Did she tell you this stuff?
She told me. I'll get to that after you get through that part.
All right. So then she's saying, there's a dresser. Now, dresser. What that doesn't. That's so specific. Okay. She's like, I don't know. This woman is telling me about a dresser. Do you have it? Like, do you have something on a dresser in your room? And Staxx is like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, I don't know. And she goes in and she's like, still talking to Staxx about this woman and that she's next to her and she looks like her. She's got a big personality and she made people laugh and just things that was coming through about this woman, that this entity was in her mind. She's like, I don't know why she keeps dragging me this dresser. Like, what, you nothing. You're like, okay, she's like, Staxx, I'm pushing this dresser aside and I'm trying to get her messages. But every time I'm feeling her energy, it's about a dresser. Staxx goes, oh my God, could it be the dresser my mother gave me 20 years ago that is in my fucking closet in my bedroom that Staxx totally forgot about?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
you heard our minds go, no button.
I'm following along.
No button. Too late. So thank you.
Let me paint a picture of the whole.
Wait, let me just, before you start that,
right,
please. The craziest thing for us with that was the fact that she kept saying this dresser is in your room. And Staxx is saying, I don't even have a dresser in my room. Right. And she's like, okay, I'm not, good, thank you. Because she wants to be validated. Like, the medium wants to know if we're not on the right track and it's wrong. She wants to know, because that's where she's getting this energy. If it's valid, it's valid. Okay. So what'd she say about that?
Well, Staxx came in. First of all, I didn't go because I'd rather have walked off a ledge of a building. But I was over there, when she came in, and she just starts telling me about the whole experience. And then the first thing she says is, she's like, you have to go. And I was like, not a chance. I'm not going.
She wants it.
Then she's like, no, she specifically asked for you and wants you to go because somebody wants to talk to you. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't really want to talk to them.
I'm good.
I'm good. Well, she's like, no, she wants you and you're going. So I looked at her and I was like, come on, man. So then she starts telling me about, what he had said about the dresser. And actually, Staxx is a very emotional person too. Okay. And she says, dresser. Now I'm sitting there. And she says, dresser. And when she says dresser, she starts crying. And I looked at her, and I'm looking around the room. I'm looking at her, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't.
You didn't know it either, right?
No, because
Yeah.
she's like, the dresser in our room. I was like, what does that mean?
Because you don't even have a
But
dress
she was
in
so
your room.
choked up, she couldn't really say anything.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So then she's like, then she tells me that, about my mom and about her mom. And then she's like, then she had told her that she likes to mess with me at times, just joking around. And I said, whoop, hold up, time out. Didn't like that. I was like, what do you mean? Because here's the thing that I'm going to tell you. I'm sitting in our house the other day, the other day, but it's about a month,
2 weeks.
about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
And I've always heard noises, and I kind of, listen, I'm the type of guy, I'm skeptical until I see it. But if I see it, I might sell my house. Like, I'm that guy, right? So I'm sitting there, and I have two 25-pound dumbbells that have been sitting in my view, like direct view. I have a big TV, and nobody's around them. Like, they're on the fire pit, right? And fireplace. So I'm sitting there, and for hours, and all of a sudden, I see the dumbbell that's not on there's two lined up. There's one on one side and one in the middle, and then like you go through the rest of the ledge, and then there's like a basket. The one in the middle lifts up and fucking moves. And I mean like fucking moved. And I was like, I sat there in shock, and I was like, I know that just fucking moved, but how the fuck did that just move? Now I'm not talking like shake. I'm talking about it lifted and moved. So I'm like sitting there like, oh my God, like nothing's around. So I'm over there. I start kicking the fireplace. I'm trying to shake walls, and that thing's not moving. It's a 25-pound weight. Somebody has to explain it to me. Now she's telling me my mom likes to mess with you. Yeah, we have a problem.
Now we have a problem.
Then she comes and says, listen, there's some other things that are going on. AC, and again, I'm not trying to ruin your
I'll go
moment.
right back into it.
So she goes, AC's going to tell you there's some shit going on over there now. And I said, what are you talking about? He's going to tell you. I said, don't tell me anything. So then he comes over and he starts telling me, I'm like, this is why you don't mess with.
Yeah, you don't open the door.
You don't open the door.
It.
And he's like, I think she opened a fucking
portal.
Portal.
So
Yeah, bro.
Let me take over
Yeah.
from there.
Like,
Dang.
that's it. Now she wants to see me. I listen.
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta
okay. I respect it. I just
gotta see it.
No, I can't.
So I say, this, and he's right. This chick, for whatever it was, she opened a portal. Now, that happened to him and all that. And now I believe, knowing that story, I mean, I was sitting in this room with this woman when you don't get it. Like you're not. And I'm not shaking you. I'm saying, like, in this fucking room, this woman she said dresser 20 fucking times, right? Like, okay, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. And it came to be that something that was in her room, in her closet for the last 30 years. Stacy's mom's been gone 30 years. Okay. And you could easily make up that somebody gave you a lamp. You could guess that. Right? Look around the house. She wasn't and never went in Stax's house.
Right.
The chick's never been in your home.
But one more little tidbit. She had stated something else in that little content. She had stated that the dogs can see me, but nobody else can.
Yeah.
He can't see me. Well, I will tell you, there are times my dogs will look like at the wall, not like outside, like not like in the street or through a window. They're just looking, and they're all looking at the wall. And I'm like looking at the wall like, what the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah.
And they see something, and I'm like, of course, I'm like, what's that? But now I'm being told
that she's there.
That the dogs see her all the time,
Yeah.
and he never sees. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty intense.
It's specific. That's what I love about it.
That's pretty.
The specificity of it. Specificity. that even a word?
Specificity.
Specificity. Good.
If not,
That
we'll
was
make it up.
close. Yeah, it was good. Okay, so he knows.
Sounds like a Mary Poppins line.
That woman was very, very, very specific about Stax's mother and the crying and talking to her out loud. And Staxx was bawling. She was a mess.
Yeah,
okay?
she was a mess.
So fast forward. She doesn't say anything about my entity because I don't say anything about my entity because it's been a while since I've seen her. I always see the bugs and all that shit, but I don't think anything of it. I'm used to it.
Could
you
be
know?
crack residue, you know.
Yeah,
you
it could
never know.
right. It could be early Alzheimer's. It could be all kinds of
Yeah.
shit, right? But so here we are. Fast forward to last week, right? And I'm in the kitchen and I'm making early, 10:30, 11. I'm making myself my own Reese's. Right? I take a Hershey bar and I'm slapping on peanut butter like the husky guy does to buy suits.
One.
I look over. The child is there. Now the child is not just there. It's so hard to describe how this came about, but she morphed from the child into this entity. So I can't describe if the entity was behind her already or she morphed into the entity. And this was a good 15, 20 second stare down, okay, where I was like this, right? And she morphed into the child, same brown hair, same nightgown, brown eyes, whole 9 yards. She morphed into, all of a sudden, it got tall. But again, I couldn't tell you because I was so mesmerized by seeing her again because I hadn't seen her in a while, right? I was like, oh. So, and when the entity came behind her, I don't know if she morphed into it or he was already there or whatever it was. And it just went like this. And all of a sudden, it had its arms up and she was down. She was a little thing. Again, she's only 6 or 7 years old. She all of a sudden, like this entity behind her was my height. It became my height. And it just started to open its mouth like, and it dissipated. I was fucking terrified. When I say that this thing was standing as far as you are away on my children's eyes, okay? I see her. I'm like, oh, I'm telling you, mid fucking peanut butter, bro. I'm like, oh, shit, there, and I knew it wasn't Bam. I knew it wasn't Bam because I looked at her. We were eye to eye, right? And this thing all of a sudden behind her was like, it dissipated and came to me. It went through me. I was so fucking scared, Sherpa, and I told him this. My mind was saying, run, get out of this house, and my body was saying, you cannot leave this house. Your family is here for the rest of the night. And when I tell you the rest of the night, I use a back bathroom here. We have 4 bedrooms in this house, 3 bathrooms. Okay. I use our guest room bathroom as like my little safe place. Even if I'm watching TV all the way across a home, I will get up from the TV room and I will walk to this back bathroom. And I'm pretty sure you know this, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I even make guests go back there. You know, Bam's bathroom is hers. I hate when guys go in there and pee on the seat. My bathroom, none of you want to go in for whatever reason. Even though we tell people to go in, like, you'll use it. Yeah, you'll go in there and use it when you're outside and stuff, and you're allowed to, of course. I never say no. I was trying to, I wanted to do was use the bathroom. I couldn't make it to the bathroom. My mind was I was fucking physically ill with the fear that this put into me. Again, very hard to describe. Mind saying, get the fuck out. Body saying, no, you're gonna get through this. I come back here, like you just felt. I had the chills. I was sick. I had this. I couldn't control the fear. I was so. It was crazy. So I literally was like, okay, what am I going to do? I said, I can't leave, right? Even though my mind is telling me, get the fuck out. I'm like, because it went through, and whatever it did to me, it did to me. Okay. I said, I'm going to bed. I go in bed. I put the cover like a kid. Put the covers up around my thing, and I shut my door. And the way our door shuts, I never shut it completely because I need to know I'm an all-night guy. I have, there's nobody will ever, I hope not, come into my house because I'm fully prepared and stocked. But I leave it open a crack because if Bam ever gets out and wants to come in or something like that, right? So as I shut the door, it's a very slight line of crack of light you can see from the kitchen. You leave a night light on. All I saw was shit going back and forth behind this light. That's all I saw from the door. I literally was, I put Howard Stern in my headphones. I turned over. I fucking put the pillow over my head and I wished for sleep. And it came. Fast forward, next fucking night. Was it next night? It might have been 2 nights ago. It been is the next night and the night after?
2 nights ago. This is that recent?
No, it's just this only happened last week. Right after this,
Last
right,
week.
right after the girl came. Right after the girl came. Right after
This will be my last
It was
podcast.
it was 2 nights in a row. The second night happened.
it was the second night in a row. So listen to
That's what
this.
you told me.
So listen to this. Right again, same position where I am. I sit in the chair, and I'm not thinking anything. I'm scared. I'm over the fear because a day's gone by. You know, it's the next day, right? I'm in the next day. I've told Cece about it. She's like, yeah, I got to tell you a story, which I'll get to. Okay. So all of a sudden, I'm sitting there, and again, the front door to the kitchen. I see in reverse a child, her, come from where she ran to. She came, and I'm going to describe it like this. Here's the wall, and she went like this. And she was staring at me.
People who are just listening can't see what you just did there.
Oh, okay. So
She peeked out around the wall.
She didn't peek. She slid like the
Slid
Tom
out.
Cruise, exactly like the Tom Cruise
stood
slide
there?
in Risky Business. Stood there, staring right at me.
Sure.
Okay.
What the-
Now we're not talking tall. We're not talking walked up. We're talking she appeared from behind the wall. Like her body was stiff, and she slid over, stared at me. We stared at each other. It was 15, 20 seconds looking at her, and she's gone. And as she's doing this, I go, I thought it was Bam. Again, I thought it was Bam. Because she's Bam's height. It's fast. 15 seconds is not, it's not that long of a period of time. And it's short enough when your mind, like you're sitting down and I'm like, what? And she's gone. And I'm like, holy shit. Now, again, I feel the fear. I'm like, you gotta be fucking, you gotta be kidding. I go in, I check on Bam, the whole 9 yards. That night, I didn't have the overwhelm. I was scared, but I didn't have the overwhelming fear of leaving. I just didn't happen, right? But because there, she didn't come at me. She was here and gone, right? But I have this entity that's now opened. Something that I've seen in the past is now hanging out here. And she's like, I was like, can you see what? I didn't describe it at all to her. I said an entity. And when she comes on May 9th, we'll talk about this. I just said entity. She's like, yeah, I'm driving. I can't really talk to you about it. And I said, okay. I said, I want, next time we do this, I want to do one previous. I want to do one before May 9th because I want May 9th to be about, I want Kaylee to come through. If he's there, I want anybody that passed for him. I want, if Staxx is here, I want Staxx. Because I'm very comfortable with what Kaylee said and what she did. And I know I'm surrounded by her and I know she's looking down on us and, looking down because I'm going to give you the looking down. I don't know that she's next to a guy with a white beard, but she's somewhere in this universe, okay? 2 minutes later, she says, is she 6 or 7? I said, yeah. She goes, does she have shoulder just a little longer than shoulder length hair? I told you this, right?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. She goes, brown eyes. I said, come on, bro. I said, stop. I said, yeah. I said, you fucking freak, like you're freaking me out. She's like, yeah, she is a rambunctious child, right? She keeps coming to you and running and doing. And I said, yeah, man. And she's like, yeah, you got to stop. You got to set boundaries with her. And I was like, what does that mean? She's like, yeah, you can't let her run through you and shit. I'm like, I'm okay with her running through me, but you can't scare me.
Time the fuck out. If that's not rule fucking 1, and rule number 2 is you never break rule fucking number 1. What? Set the boundary, guy.
Yeah. And what does that even mean? Quit making peanut butter and Hershey sandwiches?
No. She's telling me
Don't do that. Don't.
to tell her out loud that she's not allowed to go into my body. And I said, I don't mind that she does that. It's really weird. And it's so, again, you're going to sit there and you can believe it or not. I mean, I don't, it doesn't bother me because I didn't believe it, right? I'm the one seeing it and I didn't believe it at those moments. But I'm a believer now because I've seen it multiple times. I see the same thing. And now my median is seeing it from afar as she's driving around wherever she's driving, getting an energy of
Describing it.
Of a child that's in my home that is fucking trying to terrorize me, right? And I, again, blew my mind. And she's like, no, we're going to have to talk about this. And I'm like, she's like, Jesus, AC, you're not, you got to listen. I said, I'm trying to listen, but don't scare her away. Like, don't tell her no. Like, don't get rid of her, right?
Rule number three.
Yeah.
Please get her gone.
Yeah.
She wants her, she's bringing her and another woman here. Another woman that does this kind of work with their dog, because they talk about animals, as she said to him, like she's told Staxx. There are a lot of animals. There's a little girl that had cancer in the kids' school, okay, and she goes to this farm on top of obviously traditional medicine, but she goes to this farm and she goes by this horse all the time for the last years and years, the last 4 years I think, or 3 years that she's been sick. And this horse stands over her, and they believe, and they truly are believing that on top of the meds, this horse is sucking out or some sort. I mean, she'd have to explain it to you, of taking out this child's disease, helping with it, because animals have that sort of power that they can see things that we can't see, right? And like this child is in remission, like amazingly, right? So she's like, I'm gonna bring that woman who handles animals, and we're gonna have to like get in there. And I said, yeah, you're more than welcome. She's like, you got it. She's like, I can feel her. She's like a child throwing a tantrum when she came. And again, I didn't say anything. She said, you saw some sort of entity or something happened one night where she went into you, right? And I'm like, again, I didn't fucking tell you this shit. I didn't tell you what it was. She's like, yeah, she's just being like a child throwing a tantrum. And I'm like, okay, as long as you don't get rid of her, man. Like, keep around, just tell her. So here I am. I'm a 54-year-old grown man. And I'm like, I'm intrigued by what she wants me to do. Right? I'm like, what do you want me to do? And I was like, do I talk out loud to her? Or do I talk in my mind? She goes, you can go either way. So here I am, 54 years old, walking around my house.
They can hear your thoughts.
Yeah, they can hear your thoughts. Yeah. Well, that's what they say. Again, you would know better. You're closer to God than I am. So I
I don't know.
that'll be edited. So no, well, that'll never go.
I'm religious too.
So yeah, I know you're so not religious. So I said, you're not. Just because you went to church twice. So see, we're always going to go back to religion on this podcast. We're going to be called like complete God nonsense. Here I am, 54 years old. I'm walking around my house. It's okay. No joke. It's all right. You can come and play. Come and hang out. Yeah. And she's like, just talk to her. Like, all right, you're not scaring me. You scared me that night, but you're not. I'm not leaving. I'm in here.
Talk to a median. We're good.
Yeah.
You got me good the first one.
Now, this is something that, in terms of that conversation, is going to have to be continued when we get the girl here. And
why is it May 9th?
I'm going to tell you why.
We're in what? March?
No,
February, March, April.
May 9th is going to be the Kaylee
April
episode.
9. Why can't we get with the boat when you come in here? And
yeah, we're going to get her in sooner for that. But May 9th is going to be a big conversation with Kaylee, and hopefully if you come in, you're all gonna be here. You guys are not gonna be able to. You're gonna have to suck it up and be here. You don't have to be in the line of fire, because again, I don't think if you ask, I don't know how it works. I asked them. What I'm curious about is it like there's just a whole group. Like if you had that power, are people just fucking talking to you all night long? Think about it, right? Is there like a line, and it's not going to be a physical line, right? We know it's not. There's not going to be. There's not. You can't see this line of people. Hey, I'm next, like a Beetlejuice kind of show, right? It's got to be like, how does that work? Do you all of a sudden hear everybody at once? Like, I got to talk to T. I got to talk to, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really know. And I keep asking those questions. I shouldn't say that. I have those questions in my head, and we've been on other topics that I haven't asked her. So again, let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday. You don't even know this.
Oh, no.
We have these garbage pails now that the top just pops up. Like, when you wave your hand over it pops up.
Oh, like an automatic one.
Yeah. The CC is in this bathroom over here.
Which one?
I'm not telling you
the one that I will never use again.
Oh,
Please tell us.
I'm not telling you which one. And again, there's no move. As you know, there's no movement on it, right?
What's
There's no
in
like
the bathroom, bro?
So
Stop trying to like skip around it.
so all of a sudden for her,
Flames come up or something.
the bathroom, the garbage can top down.
While she's in the bathroom,
Down. Yeah, she was
which is not even close.
She wasn't in the bathroom yet. She was walking towards it. she was nowhere near.
How close to the bathroom? Because that's a big.
She wasn't in the bathroom. Oh, how close was she to the bathroom?
Yeah.
She was at the door, like about to walk in, and the bathroom went. She's like, oh shit.
And that's a far distance from.
From where she was. Yeah. So she got a little freaked out. So now she's a little freaked out. And then there was, I want to say, either the shampoo bottle or something fell on her. Which again, there's no window. Like
fell on her.
Not on her. Like she was in the room when it
fell on her.
Yeah. No, not on her, dude.
She said on her.
I meant like where she was in the. He's so little. I didn't mean on her, like it fell on her head. No,
thrown at her.
Like no. She was in the room, but it fell while she was in there.
Put some fucking conditioner on.
See, you got to be very. We love him for who he is. We have to be very literal with him.
Fuck.
I just saw something come flying out of your mouth.
I know. It was probably my mother's bacon from this morning. Because I talked about in the last episode, guy, that, eggs, my mother loves to talk with eggs in her mouth and they fly over. I bet you that was there from
Rule
a week
4.
ago. Yeah, that was there from a week ago. So May 9th is going to be like the Kaylee edition. Everybody wants to hear from Kaylee. And if she comes, she comes. We don't know, we know how it works. Does she automatically come? Though Kaylee has a lot to say. Kaylee has a lot to fucking say. She does. There was so much about her happiness and all that stuff. But now my meeting's a little freaked out the fact that she was able to see this child that I see in this house.
Yeah, bro. That seems much more pressing, dude. Like, I want to know too. So why are we waiting till? I would want to get this handled like next week.
I told her when the other woman's ready.
When's she ready?
I don't know, bro.
Sounds like it's an issue.
But
they're going through you.
Yeah, but it's not an issue.
They're like, I'm a little sketched out moving around this house.
No, wouldn't it be? You guys don't want to see one?
No, I don't want to open the door. I don't want to do none of it.
But okay, so why are ghosts?
No.
The answer is no.
Why are your ghosts not your angels? You're God people.
I don't
know.
You
both tell me how you're God people.
I think playing with stuff like that's not good, bro.
But why?
You don't mess with that stuff.
I don't think it's good. I don't think something's not right. Something's off.
Okay. So again, I posed the question. If you have such a strong belief in your religion and your God,
yes,
why could it not be that this God is sending down his angels to you to talk about it? Why do they have to?
I know what it is.
I think it might be
you
demonic.
need God in your life,
but why?
I think it might be demonic, bro. I think it's the Ouija board. I think it's playing with the wrong side of it. Is what I think.
First of all, let me address this for a minute. You don't have no God in your life.
Listen, Jim Jones, you fucking need some God in your life. Drinking your juice and watching. Come out and play. You have a horsey in your hand?
Say something.
You can come inside me, but not.
Come inside me, not through me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something.
Not through me.
I don't even want to joke about it because
I don't either. I'm good.
Tagged on the way out of here.
Yeah. It's like she just knew. Like she's not. She's dingy, like not dingy. She's like her hair's unkempt, and I just didn't tell her any of that.
But you looked it up too. You looked up some of the something. There's some information that's coming.
Oh yeah, there's a guy that died in this house. There's a guy that died in
the
this house.
plot thickens.
Oh, we knew that.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah. Wait, and his name was Mr. Munch.
We'll come back with another episode of the fucked up shit at AC's house.
How much time was
this
that?
This is the best episode we ever filmed.
Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. Zach Bagans, next episode.
Well, we're going to do a shout out to our medium. Thank you very much. Thank you for the readings. Yeah, ours.
Yours.
You're in. She was very specific.
No.
She wanted you.
Ooh.
She did. She was
wants
very.
to come inside of you.
There's somebody who wants to talk to him.
Just Tell him to tell you. We'll talk about it.
I can't.
I don't like it.
They got to come. Why
What
don't
about him? He's got to have
we
somebody.
they don't know him yet. Could you imagine she walks in and she starts throwing holy water at this
Oh my
motherfucker? She's like, oh my, you can keep the music going.
That's the fucking Sherpa.
Yeah. Could you imagine? All of a sudden, his whole world of God is just blown the fuck up because the woman or the dog starts attacking him.
Oh my god.
The big C's got some. She's down. I won't talk. I'll give her my mic. She can go in. She's down for this. I don't play these games.
Yeah, we're gonna. But the thing about it is,
either.
you're gonna have to start for the May 9th episode. We can. Again, when that woman's ready, she can come this weekend. I didn't care. I keep telling her when you're ready. We're gonna have some setup, bro.
Yeah, 100%. We're gonna have to have a production meeting,
Yeah.
not online, offline.
Yeah, we're gonna have to set some setup. So
We're not gonna set up around a table,
No, we're gonna set up a
Ouija
limit.
boards, three Ouija boards,
candles and shit.
yeah, upside down
candles for sure.
crosses.
You're gonna
Fires.
have to be there, bro. You're gonna have to be at one.
Sacrifice.
She was very specific. Yeah, she's like,
goat heads on.
We're
and shit.
sacrificing
There
his
was
dog.
there was somebody talking to her that day about you. She wouldn't. But he knew that.
They brought you in, dude.
No, Sherpa. It was
Dees,
weird.
they brought
I
you
say
in,
weird.
bro.
When she was doing Stax's reading, okay, she kept saying, "Yeah, your husband needs to be here." And
She
Stax
told
is
me
like,
that.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Bringing
you
you
can't
in.
walk in here and tell me dress her and start bawling her eyes out.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, she was like adamant. And she was also adamant about my son. And she had no idea about my son. And my son struggles with it. Like, we all struggle with it, but my son really struggles. The Kaylee, right? And she was saying, that boy needs to be here because this child is trying to talk to. So I was giving her the information because she was talking about Bo, right? Because, again, they were very close, right? So she was like, you need to get him in here because she's got some shit to say to him. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to get him in. And she's like, even if I do a private reading with him, if he wants me over Zoom, he's like, Kaylee is saying, I need to talk to him. He needs to hear me. It was very fucking real. And then she kept saying, once she got to him, she was at Staxx and she was talking to Stax's mom, but she kept saying, your husband needs to be here. We need to talk to your husband. So there's somebody that wants to talk to him. And we know, she doesn't know who's passed for him. But there's clearly somebody there knocking at the door. So I don't know if he even knows who that person is. But at the end of the day, we'll keep you updated. AC's little poltergeist. I just hope she makes me a superhero.
is you a superhero?
Yeah.
How, going through you?
Yeah. Like, all of a sudden she's in me and all of a sudden I can walk.
You're supposed to do boundaries, man.
He's gonna bend over and pull down the pants next time. Say, enter in.
That's fucking with it. Yeah. That's fucking with it.
Yeah.
And that's a child.
Yeah.
He said, yeah. He had no comeback for that. Once he realized that I was pulling down my pants, telling a child.
Yeah. We'll walk over here one night and be all dark in the house and be like,
Like, that's funny shit. Yeah, the both of you. You fuck with it.
No.
No.
oh, sorry.
I just hope that when this other woman comes, that all of a sudden it's not like that.
And what is
It's-
her rule?
It's in. I don't know. I don't know what she does. It's in the. Well, remember that chick with that? It goes to the light. And she starts fucking doing that shit.
Oh, man.
Like for
The
real.
poltergeist thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes to the light.
Yeah.
Like if that shit starts happening, that'll fuck you up. That fuck. Would I sell? I don't know, dude. I don't know. But we know another couple episodes, we're gonna talk about the guy who passed here, who we know passed here. Was it his daughter? Was he bad too? Like, we don't know, man. We don't know. We're gonna find out. But
Are we actually out?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're out. We're out.
Podcast land. Like, comment, and subscribe. YouTube, Spotify, any platform that we're on them. So we love you guys. Stay tuned. Grab a brew, and leave a review. And
She's in you already.
yeah, she's in me. I'm
Have some
talking-
stew.
Have some stew.
And with that, me and my little poltergeist, AC out.
That's wild, bro. Shit, though.
This complete nonsense podcast is brought to you today and every day by AAO Optical and WDEC, Anglo-American Optical and What Do I Care Optical, 100-year-old manufacturers of high-end English eyewear, produced in the UK, distributed everywhere. Check us out for your eyewear needs. AngloAmericanOpticalLTD.com. If you can dream it, we can make it. 800-753-9727. Give them a call today. Also, Blue Savage Tea, BLUSAVAGET. It's an up-and-coming apparel company that specializes in custom designs of high-quality clothing and apparel. And if you can design it, you can imagine it, they can make it. Check out their Etsy shop, Blue Savage Tea. Again, that's BLUSAVAGET, all one word, on Etsy for great designs. Order today. Give them a call at 708-424-6119. We'd also like to thank our partners, Authentic Creations, who help produce, edit, and market this nonsense podcast. Check them out at AuthenticCreation.org.